know what? Yes, we lost. But were you juiced by the 49ers that you've seen this past weekend? Were you proud of what you've seen this weekend? I was delighted. The 49ers came in with mud in their eye, and they fought hard. And I can't be mad at them about that. Oh, I was delighted. That's all I've wanted to see all season long. They came in determined and came up short for reasons beyond their circumstances. We'll touch upon that in a minute. But the carnage in that game, unbelievable. We watched Garrett Selleck go down with an ankle injury after a very nice reception. They all came to play. And Frank Gore, I don't ever remember Frank Gore going down behind a solid smash. Frankie's laying on the sideline, wriggling his legs. I thought it was a leg injury. It's a concussion. Carlos Hyde, from the looks of this photo, you know right away it's ACL, right? No. Carlos is later quoted saying, "It's not as bad as it looks. He hurt his back. It's a back strain." And did Carlos look magnificent in this game or what? They were tearing through that Seahawks defense going down the field. Him and Frank Gore, he had to be averaging at least 6 yards a carry. I didn't look closely, but it's either 5 or 6 yards a carry. Carlos has learned from one of the best. You could see from what we've seen this past weekend, he is the heir apparent. He's going to be something special. Big, strong, and he'll find his way. And that was only offense. The injuries continue. Remember that run that Eric Reed after that INT? He comes rambling back down the field. Chris Borland goes down. You see him get trampled, but you don't know exactly what's going on. Had no idea he was hurt until at the halftime, as they're going into the tunnel to go back to the locker room, he's limping. Oh my God, no. Almost passed out. Ahmad Brooks, he's having a great game. He goes down. It's a thumb injury. He won't be back. The guys were out there playing like it was their last game. Let me ask you this. Did it look to you at any point in the game that the notion could be supported that the 49ers would no longer play for Coach Jim Harbaugh? Absolutely not. Everybody came to play. I'll tell you something else too. I blame the front office for the endless distractions they provided all season long. No, I know it was the media, but where did the media get the stuff they were doing? You can't make that stuff up. Every spin doctor in the league was getting his information from somewhere and maybe dramatizing it to a little degree. But for the most part, that stuff was coming from leaks coming right out of the front office. Egos have been out of control since last summer when we first heard about the Cleveland Brown trade. You know what I believe? I'm thinking that they wanted to start this new offensive system, and Coach Harbaugh didn't want to do it. He wanted to continue polishing what they do and perfect it. And chances are good it would have happened. And from what we've seen today, you know, or should I say what we've seen the other day, you know it probably is the case. Tell you something else too. I'm not going to make a whole lot of excuses for him because Colin Kaepernick is a professional. He gets paid the big bucks. He needs to suck it up and play the game. But here's the same kid that Jim Harbaugh went to after he made the decision to let Alex Smith sit and gave him the ball and said, "Here, you're my man. Go get him, kid." Now, you know, Kaepernick's kind of a sensitive guy. We can see that. The press conferences after the games, most of his post-game interviews have been a little strange. He doesn't want to do them. He's not a happy guy. He doesn't know how to handle his emotions maybe as well as he probably should. Be that as it is, he's having distraction coming into 1 year about the fact that his coach is out of here. That's working on him. You know it's working on him. He's out there trying his best. You know he is. He doesn't want to see Coach Harbaugh leave. He figures if he can win the game, Harbaugh stays. And chances are that would have been the case because the pressure now will be on Jed York not to make the wrong decision. He's pressing, guys. And I could tell that pass to Vernon Davis, that was a TD. He sails it right over his head. Antoine Bolden, a little later in the game, was wide open. Colin sails it over his head. I don't care what you say about Colin Kaepernick or what the opinion is. We know he's better than that. He was better than that 2 years before. You're going to tell me all of a sudden he knows that he doesn't know how to play football? No, that's not right. You know what I want to know too? What coach is going to want to walk into a situation that looks as shaky as the 49er front office? Jed York, what you've done, the entire 49er empire. Okay, wait a minute. Let me take that back. There are those who support your decision to get rid of Coach Jim Harbaugh. Understand that. But the overwhelming amount of the Niner empire does not want to see Coach Jim Harbaugh leave. You be careful about the decision you make this year because it's going to be a backlash. I'm telling you right now, if you didn't know, you've probably heard it from a million people already. Take it seriously, please. And quickly, let's go to this. The name Ed Houchili. I have a few other names I want to call him. The man made 3 pivotal calls in that game, starting from the first quarter. That play with Eric Reed making that hit on James Richardson as he came across the middle of the field. Richardson goes down after he makes the catch, right? Reed meets him. Ed calls he calls a personal foul hitting a receiver while he's defenseless? From what in anybody's eyesight did that look like that receiver was defenseless? He made plays that changed momentum. He made plays that gave advantages to the Seahawks. And then he makes that final call when Nick Moody makes a clean hit on Russ Wilson that everybody in the field can see is just fine. And he's standing behind the play making the call. Damn it, Ed. What in the world were you doing? It took all the sales right out of the 49ers. We couldn't play anymore after that. Okay, we're supposed to continue to try. But at that point, with the time left on the clock, what were the 49ers supposed to do? I bet you Ed was found somewhere later in the greater Seattle area, sitting around one of those famous coffee shops, telling everybody in the shop who was treating him, I'm sure, to free coffee, yeah, I had that game under control right from the first quarter. You know what I hope, Ed? I hope you're in the weight room and lifting like you like to do, and I hope you got about 300 plus pounds on that bar. You call for a spot, and a 49er fan comes over there and drops it right on top of your stupid head. And Seattle Seahawks fans, let me tell you one thing. Don't you dare, for 1 minute, assume any kind of superiority. You won that game because it was given to you on a silver platter. On this day, you did not play any better than the San Francisco 49ers, and you know damned well it was supposed to go down to the closing minutes of that game. Whew. Ladies, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't mean most of it. Well, about Ed, I probably did mean it. Let us go to the twinkling moment of our game. When Frank Gore, after he and Carlos Hyde have been moving down the field nicely, romps in from 10 yards out for the TD. You know what I got from this play as well? The 49ers were mishandled offensively all season long. This is nothing that we didn't all know. But that play pretty much puts the exclamation point on the fact that they should have stayed with the running game a little more. Having the running game take secondary to more offensive passing made no sense. It should have been balanced. You should not have put that much pressure on Colin Kaepernick to deliver as much as you did. It was wrong all the way around. So, with that said, I tell you what, they played their hearts out. And I wonder, going into playing San Diego this week, who is going to play? We got guys missing on both offense and defense. We got Borland missing. That already is scary. You got Ahmad Brooks Ahmad Brooks, okay, maybe Ahmad can be replaced somewhat by Aaron Lynch, but he was such a monster this past week, and I give him the nod versus Aaron Lynch. Also, we've got offensive people missing. Frank Gore is not going to be in this game. Carlos Hyde is going to have to shoulder the load on his own. Well, Carlos says he's all right to play. I hope he is all right to play. We'll have to wait and see for an announcement probably is going to be made a little later on. But you know me, and there's no way I'm going to sit here and declare the 49ers a loser going into this game Saturday. There ain't no way. I say the Niners win it. Ooh, let me give a shout out to my boy, Mo, the 49er. Yo, Mo, what's up, baby? Meanwhile, I'll talk to you on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And Saturday night, we'll win this game. We'll be back in an equally happy mood going into the holiday. Count me down.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Niners!